Okay, we're going to continue here with checking this combine out. One of the features that sometimes gets overlooked as how, when, where, why to grease a machine. So I'll show you. New Holland's given us some help. Let's start out with, so this thing is down. In order to open it, you click this, pull it a little bit, and then push this. And then this side panel can come open. Now you got a really trick little diagram here that shows you each one of the places that needs to be greased. Now if you look, this one says 100 hours, so there's 2 grease zerks right in the back here that you grease every 100 hours. This one here, you grease every 500 hours. This one is 50 hours. 100, 150, 50. You can see the pattern there. So we got to make sure that we kind of follow the recommended greasing. Now, the next thing is we need to understand so right here they also show you. You can see the general area of it, but now these will point. This says that there's 3 50-hour grease zerks right in this area. So right here, right down here is one of these 50-hour grease zerks. Right here, this is a universal joint, 50-hour. Right here is the slip joint. So let's talk about this for 1 second. Up here we've got a 50-hour greasable. Whenever you grease a sealed bearing, give it 2 pumps. If you break the seal and you start to get the grease running out here, you better make the grease run out every time, because once the seal's broken, the grease gets warm, it runs out, and you've got a big problem. If you don't over grease them, but you grease them at every interval, those bearings will last for a long, long time. Once you've broke the seal, if you do that, you put 20 pumps in there and it breaks the seal, and then you have it leaking out every single morning. You got to make sure that it leaks out, and then you get it on your belts and all sorts of stuff that isn't necessary and does cause problems, but you can save the bearing and keep it going for a long time by keeping on greasing it. Then you have like slip joint greasing. You can grease those until the grease comes out. There's no seal on that, so it's okay if you grease it till you see a little bit of grease. Anywheres where you've got, so there's up here we've gone and put in grease zerks on this. They didn't come that way originally from the factory, but they tend to freeze up, and then you have to pull them off and clean them out every spring. So we put a grease zerk on there. That is a non-seal friction bearing, and you just grease it until you see the grease come out a little bit, and you're good. You never have to worry about breaking the seal or anything. You just got to keep decent grease in there. That one should be greased 1 pump every day. Now you can see up here we did the same thing. Put a grease zerk in. I would highly recommend, if you have a CR combine, to put grease zerks in there. You just pull it off, drill yourself a hole, tap it, put yourself in a grease fitting, and then those things don't freeze up on you anymore. So there's multiple of the grease things there. Like I say, we got a nice chart. Again, we've got this open. Same thing on the other side. New Holland has provided us with a grease chart, hours required. Up here, you'll see there's another little grease chart. Whenever you get to the clutches, you want to grease those clutches every single day. Generally, you're running for 10 hours plus, but you want to grease those about every 10 hours. Put a little bit of grease in it, start it up, get in the combine, start the rotors up, run them clear up to high speed, put a couple of pumps in them. Run them clear down to low speed, put a couple of pumps in. There's an external and an internal. There's one actually inside the clutch there that you can do. But you need to grease the whole movement of that clutch so that you don't get a dry spot in it, and then it tends to wear the bushings out. But if you keep greasing it every morning, all the way in, all the way out, cycle the clutch. These combines have an automatic cycle. I don't use it very often because it's extremely slow compared to what you can do manually. But it does have an automatic cycle, and that works pretty good if you have the patience. Right here, depending if it is equipped with it or not, there's also a variable speed. Same thing, you got to grease them and run them in and out and grease them. Let's see here. So there's some more grease points up here. These are at least 100 hour. I don't see the sticker on it right now, but these are at least 100 hours. They go to the bearings that are in the front and stuff. So you want to be careful not to over grease those. Again, those are sealed bearings, and you have to be careful with sealed bearings. There's another greaser that often gets missed. Right up under here. These here are 100-hour greasers. This is a friction bearing, so you can put grease in until it comes out a little bit, and you'll be fine with that one. You can also look in the book. There's a whole chart in the book that tells you where the grease points are.